car stops and everyone is waiting. The husband comes out and meets his wife. The grandmother says to the daughter, "Let's go." The husband stops them and says, "Where are you both going?" The daughter says, "Papa, we will go with you." The husband says, "You are not my daughter." The grandmother says, "Why are you talking like this to my granddaughter?" The grandmother says to the mother, "You had said we would go with you too." The mother says, "I said that, but my husband is not agreeing." The grandmother says, "You will leave your daughter?" The mother says, "No, I will come to meet her from time to time." The woman picks up her bag and leaves with her husband. A few days later, the woman's sister comes home, meets the grandmother and calls the child, but she doesn't respond. The sister asks, "What happened to this girl?" The grandmother tells, "The man your sister married didn't accept this child, and your sister left her here." The sister says, "How could my sister do this?" She hands food items to the grandmother and sits beside the child, saying, "Don't be sad, your aunt is here now." Then the sister takes the child with her and goes to the mother's house and knocks on the door. The mother comes outside. The sister says, "How could you leave your daughter?" The mother says, "I had told you I would come to meet her soon. I married that rich man because I was tired of poverty. Look, he brings me every expensive thing." The sister says, "That man is not good. He does not want your daughter." The woman says, "Very soon I will convince him for the child." Just then, a sound is heard, and the mother goes inside. When the husband asks, the woman says, "Some people had come asking for something." The sister hears this and leaves from outside the house. A few days later, the mother comes with her husband to meet the daughter. The grandmother says, "How are you all?" The husband says, "Soon I'm going to be a father." The sister says, "Then why don't you take the girl with you? She is her daughter after all." The man refuses. The grandmother says, "Then why do you come to hurt the child?" The husband angrily says to the woman, "Let's go," and they leave. A few days later, the grandmother brings the girl to meet the mother. At that moment, the husband comes and says, "Get out of this house because you didn't take permission to come." The grandmother says, "I don't need permission to meet my daughter. We are going." After the baby is born, the mother meets her daughter in the park with her husband. When the mother tries to hand over her son to the daughter, the husband says, "Don't you dare let that girl hold my son because she is not my daughter." The sister says, "You still don't realize?" The man says, "I'm waiting for you in the car," and he leaves. The sister says, "He is not worthy of you." The mother says, "I have to go now." As the mother starts to leave, the daughter says, "I'm sorry I insisted to meet you." The mother says, "You don't need to apologize." At that moment, the husband arrives and tells the mother to come. The mother says, "Where my daughter is not respected, I won't go to that house," and she leaves with her sister and daughter. In the village, she meets the grandmother and says, "I won't go back to that house where my family's not respected. I will stay with you." And the mother hugs her daughter. If you like this video, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.